All right, we are going to start with an opening song called Abundance Blessings.
Yes, if you would care to stand and sing, that would be awesome. We are giving thanks for the year that is about to turn into a new year. So right now we are giving thanks for all of the abundance and the joy and the happiness and all of the funky stuff that may have happened. We're giving thanks for everything for this year so that we can, with a healthy heart and a healthy, clear mind, release it and let it go. That's why we're doing a lot of gratitude songs at the very beginning. And if you don't know it, just listen to the beginning beginning verse, and I'll repeat it. I'll sing it for you, and then if you want, you can chime in. I give thanks for the abundance in my life. I give thanks for the abundance in my life. I give thanks for the abundance as Spirit flows among us. I give thanks for the abundance in my life. Let's repeat that again. I give thanks for the abundance in my life. I give thanks for the abundance in my life. I give thanks for the abundance as Spirit flows among us. I give thanks for the abundance in my life. I give thanks for all the bounty in my life. I give thanks for all the bounty in my life. I give thanks for all the blessings and valuable blessings. I give thanks for all the blessings in my life. Sorry, I did different words for you guys than the chart that I wrote. Here we go. I give thanks for all the love that's in my life. I give thanks for all the love that's in my life. I am the miracles abounding and the joy that now surrounds me. I give thanks for all the love that's in my life. All the miracles abounding and the joy that now surrounds me. I give thanks for all the love that's in my life.
Thanks, Jennifer. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Good morning, and welcome to the Unity Church of the Mountains, where the light always shines. Unity is a positive path for spiritual living, touching lives, inspiring transformation, and building community. Let's close our eyes and take a deep cleansing breath and think back through the past year and smile and give thanks for all of the blessings. Take another deep breath and release and let go anything that was not good for you or didn't serve you in the past year, so that we can be open to what's coming in the new year. Amen. All right, and now let's join together for the opening affirmation. Together, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God, the good omnipotent. Welcome any guests If anybody is not too shy that wants to say hi. Okay, Cinda from right now Murphy and also Jacksonville. And how about you all?
Karen.
Hi, Karen. From Murphy. All right, well, welcome. Good to have you.
And I'm Lisa. I'm half in Murphy and half in Stuart, Florida, where I go to Unity Church.
Oh, wonderful,
Awesome.
wonderful.
Generics into
Well,
the
yeah,
band.
yeah. Glad you joined us this morning. Yeah, we definitely have a Florida connection here for sure. Yeah, a lot of our snowbirds are down there now. So, yep. All right, and let's turn and look at the camera and let's welcome the guests that we have online as well. Hey, everybody.
Hi,
Right.
Reverend Mikey. We know you're watching.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we have a guest card if you would like to sign a little guest card. And okay, we Jennifer Ferren here is doing the music and message, as you can see. So let's turn it over to you for I Say Thank You.
All right. I say thank you, and this time I'm going to read the lyrics up there instead of the lyrics on my page. Yeah, that's what happens when you're a creative. You rewrite and you rewrite and you rewrite, and you forget that you sent the new lyrics. I'm grateful for each blessing. I'm grateful for each lesson. When you're from the South, it's not blessing, it's blessing. We're grateful for the blessings, and we're grateful for the lessons. I am grateful for the blessings. I am grateful for the lessons. I say thank you. Grateful for the preaching. I am grateful for the teaching. I say thank you. I am grateful for the knowing, grateful for the growing. I say thank you. Oh, I say thank you. I am grateful for each minute and everything that's in it. I say thank you. I'm grateful for the people, all the schools and all the steeples. I say thank you. I am grateful every hour for my inner strength and power. I say thank you. Oh, I say thank you. Now I'll sing this part. Oh, we started making the right moves. Oh, we discover our own groove. Oh, there's a grace in living when we give thanks for what we're given. I am grateful for each blessing. I am grateful for each blessing. I say thank you. I'm grateful for the learning, the desire, and the yearning. I say thank you. I am grateful every minute and everything that's in it. I say thank you. Oh, I say thank you. Oh, I say thank you. Oh, I say thank you. And now we're going to invite Ellen to come up, talk about our prayer box and our daily word.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Let's see here. Let me get to the right page for our daily word. Today's word is blessings. Blessings come into my life in the most unexpected ways. I am blessed to live each day in the presence of God. As I turn within and quiet my thoughts, I open to God within. Grounded in this presence of wisdom, love, and peace, I feel connected with the divinity of all beings. In this awareness, I become newly aware of expressions of God everywhere. I feel blessed to behold nature's beauty, perhaps snow glistening in the moonlight, or the sun warming the earth. That's what we've been having. And birds soaring across the horizon. I find joy in smiling faces. I hear the laughter of friends, sharing simple pleasures. I enjoy the beauty of holiday decorations hung with care and appreciate the sacredness they represent. Acts of selfless service show me God's love in action. I'm grateful for these blessings and for my infinite, unfolding good. And the verse today is Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 7. Blessed are those who trust in the Lord, whose trust is the Lord. And I'm your prayer partner for today, so I just wanted to point out our prayer box here that we put our prayers in, and then at the end of the month we send them on to Silent Unity. And so they're prayed over for a couple of months, here and there. And so let's take a minute right now to pray and to bless these prayer requests for every person and situation that people have put in there. And right now, if you want to mention something out loud or just in your heart that you'd like to bring before Spirit right now, just take this moment. And as we take a deep breath, breathing in that cosmic breath of life, and we release all the tensions, all the worries. We just let it all go. We trust in that divine spirit that is within us each. Not only in us, but surrounding us, on all sides of us, above us, below us, around us. We thank you, Lord. We thank you for your presence here and for your presence in all things. We know that we can never be separate from you. And because of that, we know that all things are working together for good. All things are in divine order, even when we can't see it. We trust in that. And we thank you. Amen.
Amen. And what a perfect setup for our meditation. The daily word is blessings, and today we are considering all of the myriad blessings that came in all shapes and sizes and forms this year. Over the past 12 months, we just gently close our eyes. tuning into the universe, lifting the spells and every curse, allowing life to flow through me, allowing life and breath to set me free. All the dreams hidden deep, I let them go and I don't even weep. The time has come, the year is new. My path is clear and I walk in truth. All that's old can fade away. Freshness and newness begins this very day. Oh God, I let you clear a path. I can't figure it out, you do the math. Set me anew, set me aright as I generate my inner light. As I let go, I boldly step into a place I want to get. Better vision, better action, truest dreams and satisfaction. I'm letting go and finding my way. I'm letting go. And so it is. I'm blessed today. I'm letting go. I'm letting go. I'm letting go. I'm letting go. I give it to God. Release control. I give it to God. Release control. I'm letting go. I'm letting go. Sing it with me now. Open your eyes. Claim it to your neighbors, claim it to your friend sitting next to you, claim it to the seat that might be empty next to you. Just tell the world, tell the spirit world. Here we go. I'm letting go. I'm letting go. I'm letting go. I'm letting go. I give it to God. Release control. Release control. I give it to God. Release control. I'm letting go. I'm letting go. I'm letting go. I'm letting go. And so it is, and so we say thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit, for the ability to consciously release and let go. Reverend Mike left me some beautiful purple sunglasses to wear so that I could look through the eyes of love, but they're not prescription, so they're really of no use to me, even though they're very cute. I am letting go of the severe head cold that I started out with this time last week. And it has, and by the Christmas miracle of miracles, by Christmas Eve, it was pretty much completely gone, and I could actually breathe again. So I'm very, very happy that the severe head cold is over and out. So welcome to the end of the new year. We're standing on the precipice, aren't we? We're right on that boundary. We're saying so long, farewell, adieu, and hello to all that's new, right? The coming year. It's a cycle. It's an ancient ritual that's been going on for who knows how long. I wonder when humanity very, very first started counting. My son-in-law was asking that question the other day. When did humans start keeping track of time? At what point did the calendar become into existence? I'm thinking probably the Greeks or some ancient civilization started mapping the stars and realizing that things go around in a cycle. But today we're going to discuss not just releasing and letting go, but again, like I said at the beginning, wrapping every situation in gratitude and the hope of learning and evolving. We're going to ponder whether any of the issues or stories that we may still be holding on to about ourselves, about things that happened to us, about things we may have witnessed, do those old traumas and hurts actually match the vibration of who we are right now as we have evolved and grown over the decades? And now, since we were alive at the turn of the century, we can say over the centuries. I recently saw a guest on a cable TV show, and he was talking about a childhood trauma where he witnessed gun violence. And then as he got older and he went off to college, all of his friends would tease him every time they'd walk out of the dorm or walk out of a building. This particular gentleman would always look left and right and look and check the safety level around him. It was just an automatic gut response to stepping outdoors because of the trauma that he had experienced as a child. And his friends would kind of tease him about it. And he just kind of was laughing at it now in retrospect, as he was about 10, 20 years out of college at that point. And he said traumatic things that we encounter can cause tautness of spirit. And he said when kids are traumatized, they may grow up and not reach out and get to know people or get involved because they're afraid. And I just, as soon as he said tautness of spirit, I'm like, that's the phrase that captures how I have kind of felt this year. A little tautness of spirit. It's bittersweet, these years that come to an end, isn't it? Because sometimes maybe awful traumatic things haven't happened over the years. Maybe some phenomenal victories have happened this year for you. Maybe you have had some really big emotional and personal shifts mentally. And you've released a lot of stuff throughout the course of this year. And so you feel complete right now. You feel like you've done your job this year and you're sitting pretty right now. And if that's your case, then God bless you. And I think that's fantastic. And that's the way, that's how it's supposed to be. We're supposed to release and let go all year long so that our spirit does not become taut and so that we do not become fraught and overburdened by the burdens that we carry. And believe me when I tell you that sometimes we try in earnest to release those things that are in there on a cellular level. We try to release and let them go, but they're so deeply embedded that sometimes they come back. They're still down in there, even though we have verbally released them, and we may have even put them on parchment paper and then dipped them in the water to dissolve them. Or some of the churches have the burning bowl ceremonies where you write it on the flash paper and then you put the thing in the flash paper in the fire and it dissolves, and you can physically get a visual of things just absolutely disappearing and releasing from you. But sometimes things are deeply embedded and they're just not ready to go. Some of us have situations that we may never get over or get closure on. But over the years, hopefully we learn how to not let them trigger us anymore and not hold us back. In other words, we learn how to not let them have power over us, or more importantly, take power from us. Dr. Emily Cady speaks about this in Denials. You know, a lot of times people that aren't familiar with unity and New Thought philosophy, they're like, well, how come it's just all positive all the time and you're denying all of the bad in the world? And my response is, it's not that we deny that things happen. Things happen. Stuff goes on. Things remain within us. And then things can very easily fall. But we don't have to let those things or those traumas trigger us anymore. We can deny that they have, we can accept that they happen, and we can deny that they continue to have power over us. We release their hold on us. And some years can really throw us for a loop with hit after hit after hit that just comes and comes and comes. Sometimes we carry very heavy burdens that may not even be of our own making. One of our holiday traditions is watching the Lord of the Rings trilogy. And we got the really good uncut, unedited versions this year. And Kelsey, my daughter, and I can just say the script to each other pretty much throughout the movies, all 3 movies at this point. But now there were new scenes in there, and we're like, what's this? What's this? It was fresh and new. But the whole point of bringing up Lord of the Rings right now is that Frodo Baggins in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, he's the little small hobbit from the Shire, the gentle childlike soul that was tasked with carrying the heavy, heavy ring that was going to determine the fate of humankind, and was holding all of the evil inside of this one heavy ring that he bore around his neck. And his mission was to travel to Mordor, where Sauron, the evil one, was, the devil in that particular movie. And Frodo's task was to throw that ring into the fire and absolutely destroy it so that it would no longer have such a grip. Evil would no longer have such a grip on mankind and humanity. And he was so attached to this burden towards the end that once he made it to Mordor, by the hope and the prayers and the guidance from all of his friends, especially his companion Sam, who represented hope and light throughout the journey, once they got to the edge of the fire inside the cave and Frodo was to throw the ring in, all he had to do was throw it. Sam was saying, just throw it in. And Frodo was so enraptured with it. That burden had captured his heart so deeply, he could not release that burden. And in the end, divine intervention had to step in. Gollum, their guide, who had formerly carried the ring, came up to Frodo at the end and fell into the fire with his precious, with all of that power and that evil in his hand, with a smile on his face, and Gollum and the ring both dissolve into the fire. But isn't it like that with us sometimes? We carry these burdens. It's part of our story. It becomes part of who we are, and we add to it year after year, decade after decade, century after century. And it becomes a part of us, and sometimes we don't want to let it go because it is so embedded as to who we are. Who are we without our stories? Who are we without those old traumas? Well, even if we cannot physically or mentally release these things within us, I was listening to the talk on the way in this morning. I like to record my talks and listen to them. And something came to me that said, even if you feel like you have tried and you cannot release it, it just keeps coming back, allow the Christ light within. Allow that Christ spirit, that divine light within you to just zap it and purify it. Even if it's still inside of you. Let that white Christed light wash over whatever burdens may be in you on a cellular level. Just do a meditation at home by yourself. And just breathe in and breathe out, and just with every breath in, feel the new energy coming in, and with every breath out, just see that the Christ energy within you has totally dissolved it, and it's flowing out. Don't be afraid to release even the heavy stuff, because it's all energy. Energy is energy, good, bad, or indifferent. And as we release what no longer serves us, then spirit and your divine angels and better angels can repurpose that energy and remold that energy and repurpose it into something great and transform it. As conscious people practicing our spirituality on a daily basis, the onus is on us to look for the light and look for the hope that will help us find balance and peace. And some people find that solace in Jesus. Some of us breathe into divine universal love and allow it to gently take our burdens. Some of us are brave enough to talk about it with partners, with prayer people, with friends. It's important to recognize the weight, both the physical and the mental weight of holding on to past traumas and past behaviors and past stories. Because if we are children of new thought, if we are children on a path of spirituality, there's no way we are the same person we were when that story or that trauma happened. We have moved beyond it and evolved. And so, like I said at the beginning of the talk, those old traumas don't even match who we are vibrationally anymore. So why would we even need to carry them anymore, right? Our guardian angels and our guides delight in us saying, please take this from me. I don't know what to do with this. Please take it. I can't handle it anymore. In the meditation, I can't figure it out, God. You do the math. I can't figure it out. And even for the over-analytical people, we are the ones, the type A over-analytical people that have to think sometimes we're the ones that have the deepest issue with letting things go because we want to see it through to the end. Sometimes things just aren't going to get resolved, and we can just breathe it out and say, and when you give up, you may think that you're a failure if you give it up and you release it. That's not the truth. It just means you're creating space and you're creating room for newness. I apologize for keep sniffling. But do you ever notice that sometimes when you try to bring up your old stories or bring up those old, self-deprecating things about yourself, and it falls on dead ears, and people don't respond like they used to? There's not the sympathy, and especially people in your family that have heard this same story over and over and over again. And it's like, sometimes it's not to make light of the issues and the behavior patterns of the situations, but it's hearing ourselves as we try to verbalize them. And really, it's like, I've been doing that lately since my mom passed, and since this year has been kind of a completion for my sister and I being the matriarchs of the family now. And all of those old patterns and things that we try to say to each other, it's like, Beth, those don't pertain to us anymore. We're free of all that now. We are free to create a new story. This Christmas, we went to my sister's house, and for the first time since we were 6 or 7 years old, there were no elders or parents or people that we had to worry about caretaking and worry about how they were doing during the holiday. This was the first holiday where we were able to just be ourselves again. And my daughter and my niece came up with really fun games to play. And the paradigm shifted this year for holidays. Now it wasn't the sad, caretaking codependent holiday. This year, it was the fun, happy, let's play some goofy games. We did wig snatch. I had a couple of costume wigs in my closet, and we'd shake hands outside, and then we try to snatch the wig off of each other. It was like a little duel, but with wigs. It sounds really silly, and it really was, but we giggled and we laughed so hard this year. I don't think we've had a holiday where we giggled and laughed, and the energy just felt fresh and new this year, and it was joyful. And my sister said, I felt a little bit guilty that I was so happy and giddy. I'm like, don't feel guilty. We did a great job over the years caretaking and doing our thing. We were always right there. Don't feel guilty that the paradigm is shifting. It's okay to rise above it. It's okay for that stuff to be over and out. It's okay to move forward and to come into ourselves finally and to be our true selves, that child within that Jesus talks about. Come to me as a child with that brightness and with that silliness and with that just effervescent joy. Well, all of us at certain points in our lives take 5 steps forward and then 20 steps backward throughout the course of our journey. But eventually, we strive to move forward and reach higher ground, and we do make progress and we do get ahead. So let's take a few moments to consider what we may be holding on to, whether it's physical or mental trauma, a story we've been telling ourselves. Here's a little homework for you. I invite you in the next couple of days before the end of the year to just maybe write down a story that sums up what is holding you down or what has been holding you down. It doesn't have to be a novel, just like, maybe a 2 or 3 sentence synopsis of what the crux of your issue may be. And then write a couple of single words when you look at that summation of what you feel your issue is. How does that make you feel? And come up with just single words about how that makes you feel. If it's maybe the words that you come up with are powerless or worthless. And then flip the switch and write an affirmation of the opposite. So if whatever you feel your thing is making you feel powerless or worthless, then come up with a mantra that you can say in the coming weeks and months and all of this year. Something to the effect of, if you're feeling powerless, I stand in my power. If you're feeling worthless, say, I stand strong in my self-worth. Or something to the effect of, this situation no longer has a hold on me. I allow myself to release it on a cellular level. Take some time with yourself in the next couple of days, because as we expel it from our bodies and make it manifest in physical form and gain clarity on it, sometimes it doesn't. It's not like it takes years and years. Sometimes it can only take a few moments for it to click, and you have that aha moment. It's like, okay, I got clear on that. I understand it. Now I can let it go. Now I can release it. And sometimes it just automatically dissolves and releases all on its own. So I'd like to do an activity with you guys that maybe I've done here before at the turn of the year. And it's where, sometimes throughout the course of the year, not sometimes, every single day, we have points of connection that we make that come from our core being. Strings of connection with everything, with the people that we're in relationship, with people that we are with in a community, in church, or in our friend group, and our family. There are connections, points of connection that we make when we go out into the general public. And it's like webs of connection. And after a while, if we don't sever those connections and get rid of those connections, we're just trapped. Like Frodo in Lord of the Rings. There's a scene where he has to go through a cave to get to Mordor. And his guide has tricked him and taken him into this cave where there's a giant spider. And Frodo gets trapped in the spider web, in the giant spider web. And I think sometimes that's how we are. We're just kind of hanging in limbo with all of these connections, and we don't know how to disconnect. So I just invite you to close your eyes for a moment and think of all of those connections that have happened behind you and beside you and above you and before you, and just gather them all up as if they're a huge bundle of balloons, and hold them right in front of your solar plexus, right in front of your navel, in one hand. And then imagine your fingers, your other hand, your fingers as scissors. And just imagine yourself, now that you've bundled up all of those strings of connection that have been binding you all this year, and just take those imaginary scissors and cut those strings. Cut those balloons loose and see them drift off. And notice how high they drift and how fast they drift, because they're so full of hot air. Maybe you've been gaslighting yourself all these years, adding to the story, adding to the trauma with that beautiful creative energy that you have. And all of that hot air from others, any verbal abuse or any verbal affronts or physical trauma that you have witnessed with your eyes, just to see all of that hot air that are in all of those balloons, just gently releasing and going out into the universe and disappearing. Because again, Spirit knows how to take all that energy and realign it and repurpose it. All right, you can come back now. Your balloons are all gone. And never fear, because there will be millions of more connections that you make this year, and you can do it this time again next year. Just release it. Physical, visual things like that we can do help us to release and help us to feel lighter. And yes, it's playful because we're using our imagination to do it, but it's also useful and purposeful because it helps us to get a visual of simply disconnecting and letting go. One more thing to talk about is finding a small group of folks to share your intentions for the coming year with. This past week, the day after Christmas, my daughter and son-in-law, husband and I were all sitting at the kitchen table, and Kelsey, my daughter, had gotten a book from her husband that says 3,000 things to talk about in the car, 3,000 questions. Because we all travel a lot, and we're always in the car a lot. She and Alex always are, Eddie and I always are. And so on the way to my sister's house on Christmas, Kelsey brought the book, and they're just really interesting questions that everyone in the car can go around and answer. And it's fun, and it helps the time pass quicker, and you get to know each other on a deeper level. And most importantly, it keeps you in the present moment. You know, it keeps you all right here talking about something fresh and new and releasing something that may have been trapped in you. So in that same vein of answering all those questions on the way to Beth's and back this year, we were sitting at the table, and I said, hey, everybody, I have an intention that I want to share that I want to do this year, and I want you guys to hear it. I want to say it out loud, and I'm going to ask for you guys to remind me about it in the next couple of weeks, in the next couple of months. And, you know, anytime we're talking, just say, hey, Mom, how about that intention you talked about the day after Christmas? How's that coming along? And everybody was like, yeah, do it. Let's hear it. And so I shared it, and everybody was like, that's totally doable. You can totally do that. And just you have no idea, even though I'm a talky, feely person, Eddie and I especially, don't really have those deep conversations sometimes and share super personal things like that sometimes. And then everybody went around the table, and we all shared an intention. My son-in-law shared an intention. He's musical director for a country music artist, and they're both realtors as well. So, and Kelsey is in performing arts. So they're both working all the time, and they wanted to find a way to earn some passive income. So they're coming up with just silly T-shirts and silly little slogans and pictures and graphics. And Alex shared that that's what he wanted to do as we were sitting around the kitchen table. And for the whole rest of the day, he sat at his computer, and he came up with like 5, and he used AI. And he wrote out, he kind of drew out what he wanted to say and drew out kind of the picture that he wanted, and he just kept getting into AI. And he spent the whole rest, and every time he came up with one, he was tickled pink with himself. And we were just laughing with him. But that's the power of sharing your energy, sometimes even just verbalizing an intention and having a couple of people around you affirm it. It helps you to start manifesting it and bringing it to life and bringing it into physical form and taking action, because that's one of Unity's 5 principles. Prayer and thought are all good and well, but when you actually take the action to make it manifest, that's where the real magic happens. That's where the real life happens. So releasing things and starting fresh with the new year. The thing about it is that once you release things, you make room for the new. My dear friend Reverend Tony has often said that when you're releasing situations and patterns and things that are negative, don't forget to release all the victories too. Don't get so proud of yourself and hung up on that 1 or 2 things that happened that was so right this year. Release it all, because it's all taking up space in here, all around your body. It's all taking up. So release it all. Give gratitude for it. Give thanks for it. Release it all, because that makes even more room for the good to come in. I have kitchen cabinets that have been chock full of other people's possessions, heirlooms that we have encountered over the years, junky little dessert cups and things and plastic cups and things that we've acquired over the year. And with all the company this year for the holidays, I was doing a lot of dishes. And I was having to try to shove things back in the cabinet. And I took a couple of little tiny dessert cups that I haven't seen in like 10 years from the back of the cabinet, and I'm like, boop, I'm not even taking you to Goodwill. You're going straight to the trash. All the little plastic cups that we've gotten from restaurants and whatnot, I'm not even going to recycle you. You're going in the trash. And just little trips every time and I did the dishwasher at least 5 or 6 times in the past 5 days. And now it started becoming a game. Every time I went to the dishwasher to do stuff and I'd look in drawers and cabinets, a couple of things went clunk right in the trash can. And it seems like a silly little move, but it was so satisfying. And then everything, all the new stuff that needs to be there actually fit and wasn't all crammed up with each other. You know, there's something about getting rid of the clutter and the muck. I have a dear friend that is from Jamaica, and she lives in Florida, and she's been asking for donated goods to take back to the island next week. And so I went under my bathroom sink, and I got all of the wrapped up hotel soap that I never used, all of the hotel shampoo bottles and things that I never used, all of the things that I tried once but was allergic to that are in there. You know, medicines. I ended up with like 5 things of Bactine spray. You know, things like that. I ended up cleaning out all of the stuff under my bathroom sink, and I had a huge thing of unopened, unused things that I could send to Donna that she can take to Jamaica to give to her friends and family from her village that she's from. And so it was a win-win-win. I threw a couple of things out. I gave some things to a good cause. And now I personally feel better, being the Virgo that I am, when I open up under my sink, boom, I can actually find what I'm looking for because it's there. I can see it now. So little things like that, getting rid of the clutter, getting rid of the stuff. Don't feel like you have to recycle every single thing. Sometimes it's okay just to wrap up an old scarf or 5 old pair of mittens and just throw them in the trash. Well, now, the mittens you can give to shelters and stuff like that, but you know what I'm talking about. But to wrap things up, my wish for you is to feel supported and empowered in this coming year. I wish you feelings of satisfaction and completion for this current year. May we honor and recognize our substantial experiences, good or not so good, in the past 12 months. Wrap it all in gratitude, and then step into a new level of joy and transformation. And I'll close with a quote from F. Scott Fitzgerald. "It's never too late to become who you want to be. I hope you live a life that you are proud of. And if you are not, if you find that you are not, I hope you have the strength to start over." And that's the magic of the new year. We always have the ability to start over every single day. And then even every single month at the beginning of the month. And if that hasn't worked, at the beginning of every year, we're on the precipice of newness and freshness. I see us all transforming into our highest and best. Peace be to all, and continued thanks, dear Spirit, for the many blessings and lessons this year. Over and out. Thank you. Now we're going to invite Joanne to facilitate our love offering.
This is the time in our service that we gratefully receive our tithes and offerings. Will the ushers please come forward? Right, together, divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I am.
I am so blessed. I am so
Let's pray together. Thank you, Lord, for all the blessings, and know that giving and receiving are one and the same, and we are so grateful. Amen.
Amen.
Right, there's other ways that we can give and support, and I keep knocking this sign down. There we go, because miracles do happen all the time. So 3 ways to support our community. Online at unitychurchofthemountains.org/donate. Send a check to Unity Church of the Mountains, P.O. Box 832, Blairsville, Georgia 30514, or sign up for consistent giving, which is safe, secure, and simple. You speak to Mike Risner or email Mike, mikedavis.unity.com@gmail.com. All right, now for the updates. I think everybody's heard that about our beloved Mary Anderson passed recently, and we don't have a date quite yet for the memorial service, but that will be announced soon. Since we have New Year's Eve and still holiday celebrations going on, it's my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, anybody, but that the weekly meditation on Wednesdays and the Thursday Course in Miracles is not happening in the upcoming week, but it will resume after the new year. We support Positive Pathways, which helps folks that may have substance abuse or may have other issues going on in their lives that they're releasing and letting go and bringing in the blessings. And so they're looking for coats, sweaters, warm socks, and so there's baskets kind of in that vestibule area if you have anything like that. Like Jennifer said, look in your closet and look in your drawers, something that you can release out,
Everybody has 5 extra scarves.
Yeah.
Ladies, you know what I'm talking about.
And it does feel good to, open up that space. And we have a new legacy giving account that's set up at the Unity Church of the Mountains, I guess on the website. And there's information sheets about year-end and charitable giving in the hallway. Brand new, we have a men's group, and they're going to have their first meeting at the Young Harris Wing House on January 8th at 11:15. And let's see. Oh, there's sign-in sheets at the, if you didn't see it when you came in, if you want to see it as you're going out, sign-in sheets so we can keep better track of attendance. It's right out there in the vestibule there. And also, if you have like an updated address for the directory, so we can keep that correct. And make sure that year-end giving letters will go to the right address. And Janet McIntyre has created a nice guest book for us, so thank you to Janet. All right, looking ahead, January 4th, Reverend Robin Volker is going to do the Burning Bowl and the White Stone celebration. And there's a Unity 101 after the service, so if anybody wants like a refresher or just feels like hanging out, to talk about Unity principles or to join the church, she'll be doing that right after the January 4th service. January 17th, Donna Curry, who is one of the founders of this church and is beloved by many, there's a memorial service for her at 11 a.m. on January 17th. And the papers got a little mixed up here, so please excuse me a minute. Also on January 17th, the first anniversary of our hiking and adventure group has a hike. We had to move the time so it didn't conflict with Donna Curry's memorial. So we're going to be hiking on January 17th at 3 p.m., And we're going to go back to our original hiking place, which was the Jackrabbit hiking trail. And so you can get with me if you need more information. It'll also be in the newsletter. If you're not signed up for the newsletter, we have a fantastic newsletter. If you go to unitychurchofthemountains.org, and you can join there. Please continue to like, comment, subscribe, and share on social media. We've got Facebook as well as YouTube. So if anybody has any problem, if there's any glitches with joining, the tech team says you're to clear your history, unblock the cookies, and enable JavaScript, and that should clear everything up for you. So I think we're back to you.
I have
Jennifer.
a lot of holiday cookies that need to be unblocked. I released them all to my neighbors and let them go. I still have I should have brought some packages today to give out to people. But now we're going to do our final song, so let us stand and sing, and then after that we will say our prayer for protection.
And healing prayer.
Oh, and our healing prayer. Here we go. Let's start with our healing prayer, and then we'll do our ending song.
Okay.
Together, shall we say,
May my mind know that it cannot be limited. May my heart know that it cannot be separate. May I know only wholeness of being and claim nothing less than the fullness of life. And I think our closing song is going to be a little bit different.
Yes, we're going to do my song, Go Forward and Do Great Things. And as usual, we'll sing it through once, and then you'll hear it, and you'll be able to sing right along. Protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Go forward and do great things, everybody. Thank you so much for sharing your energy.